Alright, so the last thing are these things up here, which is pretty much the same thing. So I'm just going to come in here and hide this stuff like I've been doing before, just to get it out of my way. So that's probably enough. I can live with those guys there. So basically, what I'm going to do is the exact same thing I did over there. So this is a little, maybe get this guy out of the way. It's not totally in my way. I'm just going to place a point here and here. So it doesn't matter how you find the center, however you want to do it. But I'm just going to do it this way. And then reference line with the 3D snapping on, going from here to here to here, and then a point there and a point there. Whoops. There and a point there, and making sure those guys, is that on 0.5? Yeah, I want that on 0.5, right? And making sure that that's on 0.5. You can always move it later. And then the same exercise, like this one's rotated, but it doesn't matter. Like you can rotate it flat if that helps you. This guy goes down, this one goes up, right? So I'm just going to go to reference line set. I'm going to set this current, and I'm going to make the working plane current and get rid of 3D snapping. And the only thing you have to make sure of is that if it were at 0, that it would be flat, right? So if I draw, or this one we actually want to go vertical, so this one would go up this way, right? And then if I set this one, sometimes it wants to do endpoints, and I always like to get the actual point, so sometimes I snap override and do points. Most of the time it's not a problem, but sometimes it just, I don't know, Revit's a pain in the butt sometimes. So I'll just make these dimensions permanent, and then pick these guys and put a new parameter on them. And I can't remember what we called this. This will be top. I'll change it later. Offset. We'll see what I named the other one. And click OK. I'll look in here and see, what did I name? Offset bottom panel. So I named that one top offset. So let's rename it. I'm just going to pick it and edit it. So I should name it offset top panel. So to be consistent, okay, click OK. And so now just go ahead and do the same thing we did before, right? So whoops. Create those sweeps. So let's go ahead and do that. So we need our reference lines, right? Again, so reference lines, draw and face, 3D snapping, and going from there to there to there to there to there, hit escape, and start over again, right? From there to there. Whoops, I think I took the wrong side of that one, right? So from there, 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 to there, right? And now we just do the same thing, right? Like, I'll just copy this really big obnoxious one. Or does this one have both of them on there? I can't see. Let's just use the big obnoxious one so we know it actually has all the, this one has it, so let's just copy that and get rid of constrain, and we'll copy it. One, get rid of constrain. Two, get rid of constrain. Three, and 4. Okay, so if I pick, oh no. So if I pick this point here and pick new host, right, there's that one. And then if I pick this point here and pick new host, I'll pick this one. And then let's go over here and get this point and pick new host, and we'll start on the other side. Here, and I should have one left floating out there. I don't know why those equals get so crazy. Pick new host. There. Alright, so this one, that, and that. Create form. This one, that, and I'm tapping the tab key, by the way, to create form, and then tapping the tab key to get to the selection that I want, and then left clicking once I have it, create form, and then that one, that one. Let's see if it's clicking anymore. That one, create form, right? And so if we get rid of all those crazy, let me save that, we get rid of all those crazy dimensions that are flying all over the place. Let's get rid of those. Whoops. Let's reset temporary hide isolate, and then just get rid of these guys. Right, then what we have now is the panel, and you can rotate it back and forth. Looks like that's kind of a random point, but in the middle of nowhere. Get rid of that. And now you can rotate it around. You should be able to control everything. So let's take a look and see if we can control it. Let's make the tube size 50 and apply. Right, so all the tubes get bigger, or we'll go back to 25 and apply. Right, so the tubes are getting bigger and smaller. And then offset for the bottom panel is 200. Offset for the top panel, let's flex it 100. Right, so those guys are working. The angle 0. Right, so it's all working. The only thing we have to do now is I forgot to put a material parameter on the forms, so I'm just going to come in here and filter out. Let's see if it'll let me get all the generic models at once. That would be great, but we'll see. Yeah, so if you pick a form, you can put a material parameter. So I'm just going to click on this gray box and type tube material. If you wanted to have different materials, you would just put different parameters on different material selections. And now I hit save. We're done, and I'll come back and just put it into a project for proof of concept, I guess.